Hi, everyone, and welcome to Baka Bitches. We are two 30-something-year-olds who enjoy drinking and discussing anime. I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Hannah, and we'll be watching Ouran High School Host Club. And just fair warning, we will be watching this as a dub and not a sub. Don't come at us. Other disclaimer is that there will be spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled, pause and watch the episode yourself and then come back and listen along. We will also be going over explicit content and we'll probably say some pretty explicit things, so listener beware, and it's to your own discretion.
We hope you enjoy. Pour yourself a drink and join us. Everyone, and welcome to Baka Bitches. We are two 30-something-year-olds who enjoy drinking and discussing anime. I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Hannah.
And tonight we are going to be drinking vodka tonic.
Hell yeah, I'm here
with a little bit of lime.
I love it.
Nice and spritzery.
Yeah, never gonna get the scurvy, like, ever.
Well.
Okay. We're off to a solid start.
Yeah.
Okay,
we are on episode 9.
We are, which is crazy to think about.
It is.
But, yeah, and this one was a bit of a tough one for us. It was tough, let's be honest.
It felt like it went by really fast without developing anything, absolutely anything at all.
Nothing, just pure annoyance. So maybe I should read kind of the brief synopsis.
Yes, what's the episode title? Okay. And give us the wiki summary.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we'll give you guys our summary.
Okay, so this is episode 9, and it is called A Challenge from Lobelia Girls Academy. So Benio, or Benibara Amakusa, head of the Zuka Club at St. Lobelia's Girls Academy, chances upon Haruhi, and instantly realizes that she is a girl, trying to convince her to enroll at her school and her club. Along with 2 of her clubmates, they disparage the host club and men in numerous ways, revealing their lesbian natures and belief in female superiority. Tamaki's half-Japanese, half-French background is revealed, and Haruhi learns that one of her personal belongings was auctioned off on the host club's online auction site. She leaves the club in anger and convinced that Haruhi might be upset enough to transfer to St. Lobelia. The hosts don frilly dresses to show her that she can be around boys and girls at the same time if she remains at Ouran. Haruhi finds this hilarious, but shares she came to Ouran Academy for a specific reason and never planned on leaving. The Zuka Club girls leave but refuse to give up, warning that they will be back for Haruhi. Honestly, that whole synopsis is literally the whole episode. Just in a, 2-minute breakdown.
It really is. I don't feel like I have many more notes besides that.
Yeah.
And my numerous ick and sighs and disapproval and shaking my head.
Yeah, it was...
Why were they always spinning? Why are the Zuka girls always spinning? Why are there always petals around them?
Because they are all
They're
up
females.
in their femininities.
Feminine wiles.
Yeah,
you just have to
really embrace it to a toxic point, in my opinion, because that's honestly, as we were watching this, I was like, oh yeah, this is like the really tyrannical, toxic view of femininity and feminism, because in 2006, really, there wasn't much traction in that regard. So to have kind of these 3 females coming from an all-girls school, just outright saying, we fully believe in female superiority and men suck and we hate them, they're awful, and we're all about these lesbian relationships because hell yeah. Which, okay, you do you, boo, but don't force it down my throat, honey. Which is definitely what the Zuka Club does. And while we were watching it, because when they announced themselves to the host club as the Zuka Club, they don't expand on what that is exactly. So I Googled it.
Right, because we do see the Ouran host club cracking the fuck up.
Yeah, the twins especially are just laughing their asses off.
Yeah.
After they announced themselves as the Zuka Club.
Great,
so,
here for it.
So here is what it is. Doing a brief Google, and it says, this was an all-female musical theater troupe that formed in the early 19th century, performing the extravaganza of Western musicals. It acted as a female counterpart to kabuki. And I did not Google kabuki for the official thing. I'll do that now, just so we have a kind of a comparison. So kabuki, from Wikipedia, is a classical form of Japanese dance drama. Kabuki theater is known for its heavily stylized performances, that the often glamorous, and then it dots. But you get the gist of it. It's really theatrical, above and beyond. And so Zuka Club is that, but with all female casts, and very, females are celebrated in this thing.
I mean, they were doing something.
They were doing something, but to what end, we don't really know. So I guess we need to expand on this, and I think this is going to be kind of painful for us a little bit. But to expand on it, the opening scene, it's explained that Ouran Ouran Academy, just the school itself, not the fucking host club. Mm-hmm. They are hosting, however, the Academy is hosting basically a cultural festival. And all of these schools from, I guess, surrounding areas are invited to join in, share their quote-unquote cultures that they have.
Which is really hard to know about, because we don't really see any of that. We don't even see any of the other Zuka Club, really.
No.
It's just 3 girls swirling around
because
with
they're
an umbrella.
The top. They're the top girls. They're best performers. So,
Okay.
They're so big-headed.
Ouran Academy was hosting Cultural Academy, which explains why they were there in the first place.
Yes, it makes sense why St. Lobelia girls are all over this campus right now.
So, the main one.
Yeah.
Becomes entranced with Haruhi because, of course.
Yeah, who wouldn't?
Everyone is here for her gender neutralness.
Yeah, they're very
her wishy-washy sexual identity.
Yeah.
Without any titties. Yes.
Yeah, so she, more or less, the main girl, I'm going to call her Benny, just because they call her Benny Barra, but I'm just going to call Benny.
Benny and the Zuka Club.
Benny and the Zookas. I don't know. You can't do this. The Zooks.
The Zooks.
Benny and the Zooks.
Yeah.
Yes.
We make better music than they do.
Honestly. Ooh, yeah. They sing out of key. I'm just going to throw that out there. Okay, well, I'm not perfect, but I'm better than the Zuka Club.
I believe you.
So we catch Haruhi. What happens is the twins are really hyping up instant coffee to Renge, in classroom. And then the twins are like, oh, but we're out, so Haruhi, go get us some because you're the commoner. And, Haruhi does it because she's still got a debt. She's still got a debt to pay, so this goes towards that. So she comes back, like she takes school time to go out off campus to go to the store to buy up like multiple jars of instant coffee.
Different branded instant coffee.
Different brands. Which I'm like, all right, that's a little much, but okay. And so she's walking back with a bag full of different jars of different instant coffees back to school, and that's when she runs into the main Lobelia girl, Benny. And Benny instantly knows that Haruhi is a girl, even though she's dressed as a boy.
Beautiful.
Just
eyes.
Maiden eyes. And and while we were watching this, we were kind of making some commentary to each other, being like, oh, this is very Sailor Moon-esque with Sailor Uranus. Because me and Stephanie at different times watched, I can't talk. Separately, because we didn't know each other when we were younger, we were watching Sailor Moon. And we got to a point where Sailor Uranus and Neptune and Pluto and all of those were introduced as Sailor Scouts, and we both agreed that it was a very confusing time.
It's still a confusing time for me. Every time I think about Sailor Uranus, I question my sexuality.
Same.
Yeah. The next season of Sailor Moon that came out. With stars.
Yeah. We couldn't even get that
Sailor
here.
Starfighter. Amazing.
We couldn't get that here back in the day. That was banned.
I love that.
I know.
There's so many questions.
Females
can be sexy in a masculine way too.
But
this was not it. Missed the mark.
It was very aggressive. It was
a lot. Of things.
Yeah, it was.
And none of it was good.
No.
It was just not done tasteful.
It was not good. And I cannot stress that enough. This is one of my least favorite episodes of the series. And I'll probably, when we continue watching more, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's also bad. But this one really, for me, it's so bad that I always remember it, and I always loathe when it comes up. It's just...
It doesn't feel like it serves much purpose in telling a story.
Yeah.
And it's not even really good for character development.
No, there's no character development here.
There's absolutely none. Like we talked about in episode 8, at least there was that shining moment of like a little bit of vulnerability, some intimacy between characters coming together, like understanding each other on a deeper level. Like this was not it, fam.
Yeah, this is...
Don't know what this was.
It
like
was
the episode seemed really quick and then got nowhere at the same time.
Yeah.
Like it ended and we were both like,
okay.
Oh, that was like 10 minutes.
Thank goodness.
But nothing has happened.
Yeah, nothing except true annoyance. Like I know last episode we were talking about, I can't believe Tamaki would, really say, oh, but Haruhi was a girl against two guys, how dare her,
Right.
But, yeah. And now we have this point of view of these three toxic feminists.
Women.
I'm just gonna
We can do anything.
And we're far superior than men, and men are below us, kind of. And I'm just not here for that attitude either.
But what about if she puts a mustache on and sits on a bed
with
a chick?
She can go fuck right off, in my opinion. Because there's just a right way and a wrong way to do this, right? As we said, Sailor Moon,
great example.
Great example of doing it right overall. It was just the English dub that really confused us with having Uranus and Neptune as cousins. And anyways, aside from that, they did it right because it wasn't like super in your face. They were just doing what they do. And when you saw those moments of, I'm talking about a different anime because I'm going off on a different anime, but
It's great because we don't have much to say about this one.
it's true, except it's dog shit. It's not worth it. It's fine. About, when you did have those, because in the Sailor Moon anime, you did have those moments of intimacy scenes between Neptune and Uranus. And
or
it was
even
great.
Starfighter and Usagi.
Yes.
Like, there was still great moments of character development, of them understanding each other. This was none of it. It was so shallow.
It was so shallow and so aggressive. It was just aggressively, blatantly just terrible.
Yeah.
And I hated it.
I have more to say about the instant coffee than I do about the amount of twirling and flower petals we saw floating around.
Yeah, and then just coming in and just deciding that they don't like the host club, so they're gonna make it go away. Like, excuse me, you don't even go to this school. You have no authority here, first of all.
And also, for what purpose? Just so Haruhi will transfer schools?
Yeah, and because they're boys.
You've known her all of 4 seconds? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's pretty on par for the anime,
they were
but still.
all over Haruhi when they swoop her up. Benny's holding her, and the two other girls are, like, rubbing their hands all over her legs and arms because they're like, oh, she has such smooth skin. Like, excuse me, you did not have permission to do this to me. But Haruhi is way more calm than I would be in that situation. But yeah, so I don't Stephanie, I'm having trouble here.
Okay, so let's get to the most entertaining part.
Okay.
Where the host club dresses up in drag.
Sure.
To convince Haruhi to stay. Because now they're afraid that the Zuka club could really offer Haruhi more than Ouran can. And maybe she really is going to leave. And we need to do something exciting and novel to show her. Yeah. She can have the best of both worlds if she stays here.
The best of both worlds. Something Miley
Mix
Cyrus.
it all together.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Anyways.
We were trying really hard. We were making full eye contact and everything, guys. We didn't know the words.
Yeah, sorry. I should not have said anything. I half-assed that one.
So they dress up. So Tamaki, he's got full done dragness on, like, and I feel like they made them as ugly as possible too.
One of my comments was, they're so rich, but they couldn't hire a professional makeup artist to do this.
I mean, the twins looked atrocious. They just had these 90s like side pigtails,
twisties.
Yeah, with the aggressive twisties.
Big.
It was.
They were big twisties.
Big. It was so big.
So many twisties. So big.
So girthy.
There was definitely
girth.
There was some radius to those.
Some thickness.
Those screw tails. I don't even know what you'd call them.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Screw tails.
Yeah. Sure. That's fine to describe hair. I don't know. Close enough. Yeah, then we have the twins, and then we have little Honey Senpai, who's just dressed head to toe in pink and drag.
Yeah.
And just looks like one of those poor children in a pageant.
Yeah.
That you see on TLC of
oh my gosh.
800-pound mother has dressed their 4-year-old in drag and forced them to go and be in pageants.
Yeah, and it looks like an actual adult but small. And it's really, that's concerning. You know what? One of my high school teachers who, I had 2 high school teachers that were married to each other, right? They had kids, obviously, and those kids went to school. But one of them, the girl that was in my class, her mom put her through pageants. And some of her kid pageantry photo shoots, headshots, were part of her, like, senior page.
Oh,
and so now I have, like, pictures of this, 6-year-old dressed like a 23-year-old,
yeah, with like
with
red
heavy
lipstick
makeup
and
and
eyeliner
and
on.
it's in my yearbook, and I'm like, this is how we fuck kids up, man. Like, this is gross.
My mom and my aunt took me and my cousin to go do those glamour headshots
Oh, go on.
at
Macy's or JCPenney's?
No, it was like
A
this
real?
place that doesn't exist anymore. It was called
Oh.
Mervin's.
Oh my gosh, Mervin's! Yes,
You
we had
remember that?
We had one over here. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So
Oh, we're dating ourselves.
yeah, right? Totally. We did
Fine.
say we are 30-somethings.
That's true.
So fair. Yeah, so I had got these headshots done with my cousin, and looking back on it now, it is wild to look at these photos. I'm going to try to find some for you.
Oh my god.
I don't even know if we still have them, but like my hair, they like curled my hair with like these tiny little curlers and then teased the shit out of my hair. So my hair was just gigantic.
That's so 80s.
And then they put like lipstick on me. And then I guess they like took my shirt off of me because like me and my cousin were like wrapped in like a glitter like shawl at some point, but like our shoulders are bare. And what kind of like 4-year-old has bare shoulders?
Yeah, like aside
Like,
from
never.
wearing
Like,
a
never.
swimsuit or something.
Like never. This
Yeah.
doesn't occur. So
This is-
at some point my shirt came off during this photo shoot where they took photos of me and my cousin with glitter shawls around our shoulders.
This is normal.
My mom thought this was normal.
Well, it was in the
then.
back
It
back
was
in the
in the
day.
90s.
But it's very cringe now.
It's so awful.
I want my kid rolling in dirt and getting scraped up knees,
I want my kid doing whatever kid stuff they're doing.
Yes.
Scraped knees or playing with dolls or whatever they want to do. That's not me putting a shit ton of makeup on them.
Yeah, because that's
and
just
putting them in front of a camera.
And vulnerable to, let's be honest, predators, because that predators be roaming around those kinds of events. Like, I'm just saying, I don't
where they're
want to
just
say
stripping
it.
kids down, getting them naked for a camera at a photo shoot in Mervin's.
Gross.
Anyways,
It's crazy.
that was just
what
like
a time.
memory unlocked. I haven't thought about that in
I'm sorry, you blocked it out, and I just
20.
I just opened the door. I'm like,
29
Hannah's
years, I haven't
here.
thought about that. Thanks, Hannah.
You're welcome. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Okay, so
this
they dress as
episode
drag.
is
So, anyways,
traumatizing.
Honey Senpai, been there, done that.
Yeah.
Was not enjoyable.
No.
But as we know, Honey Senpai is much older.
Yes.
He just looks very childlike.
Yes.
So that's a little better. He wasn't coerced into dressing like that, honestly. He was probably giddy with excitement to do it.
Yeah, that's fair.
He looked very excitable. Like, look how pretty I am, Haruhi.
Don't you think I'm cute?
So cute.
Once again, yeah, he just knows how to like harness the attention with whatever he's doing, and you know what? Fair, good for him.
And then who was dressed up as mommy?
My favorite, Kyoya, because he is mommy. Well, he's mom of the host club. Because that's what Tamaki has deemed him, and Tamaki is daddy of the host club, I guess. So yeah, he was appropriately dressed in black and purple, really dark colors. Like, he gave off the nice evil stepmom vibes.
Yeah, he really did.
Really
True.
did. Hiding behind like a big old fan. So like, I don't know, very, very mischievous.
Mischievous?
That's the word.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And then we had our last one who was just brother. Like in the little quotes, they put just brother.
Oh, yeah. That would be Takashi.
Oh my gosh, I was testing you.
Okay. So here's another problem that I have.
Yeah.
My brain gets all the names all jumbly up because there's Tamaki, so obviously Takashi. But then also because I watched Naruto, there's a character named Kakashi. And so it all just fucking jumbles up in my brain. I don't know why, but unfortunately,
Japanese people, can't they have names that are more distinctive?
Yeah, like,
yeah.
like.
It's okay, don't come at me, guys. I'm half Japanese. I can say that. It's not racist.
And I'm agreeing because I'm her friend, and that's what friends do. It's fine.
Friends agree with friends.
Exactly. If they're friends. If they're not friends.
Sometimes they also don't agree.
True. Anyways, on that deep note, let's go on.
We've run out of things to say. We just don't know what to say about this episode.
We can riff and raff about anything we want to fill up time because, like, this episode is such a waste of time. So after, I guess, doing this big grand gesture, for Haruhi, Haruhi ends up laughing her ass off because everyone looks ridiculous.
Fair.
As heck.
Fair.
Which I would too, because one, I'd be kind of uncomfortable with just not expecting to see these guys that I've been friends with for a little while just randomly dressed up in god-awful makeup and and big old dresses and ridiculous hair. I would start laughing too, probably uncomfortably. And they did it to say, you know, you can also not only hang out with us guys, but we can be girls too. Which, my big problem with that is the fact that Ouran Academy is a boys and girls school, so there are already girls to hang out with if Haruhi really wanted.
She's just not.
She's just not. So to
be fair, she wouldn't even be hanging out with the boys if she didn't have a debt to pay.
True, she'd be a loner for sure. Yeah. Which, I mean, I was a loner, so I know, I get it.
Yeah,
I would do the same thing because
right,
it's too much. It's too much. So Haruhi starts busting up laughing at the ridiculousness, and they're just chasing her around, be like, call us sister, call us sister, and I'm like, this is uncomfortable. But she basically says, listen, I appreciate you guys doing this for me, but I was never intending to leave Ouran, because there was a purpose for her joining the academy, the high school, in the first place. But she never really touches on why. We never really hear. It's just we now know that there was a purpose of her going here and taking the scholarship. And so Saint Lobelia, annoying people, twirl off into the distance with the promise that, you know, they're going to come back for her to try and rescue her. So clearly they didn't get the memo that Haruhi doesn't want to be rescued and there's no rescuing they gotta do. You know, so like all toxic people, they just don't fucking listen. And then they twirl off into the sunset, and Haruhi still has the hijinks of the host club to deal with. And
thank God the episode is over.
I know. I feel like we didn't even talk about it that much.
We just skirted the episode. You read the synopsis off Wiki, and we're like, so that about summarizes it, guys.
Okay, bye. We don't need to even
go
literally
into anything else.
To save our sanity, we needed to talk about Sailor Moon a little to ease.
If I needed to, I was still going to talk about the centipede from last episode.
Oh, we could do that if you want, because that was way more character than these three girls that came around.
It's fine. I just hope that they don't actually fulfill their promise, which was, we'll be back. We are now your arch nemesis group. Like, I never want to see them again.
Oh, I mean, same.
But
we'll just have to find out.
Oh, no.
I know. This is
I don't remember. I've only ever seen this anime once, and I probably slept through half the episodes because it's so soothing.
It is. It's a comfort show.
I just nodded off, and then I never rewatched it. So a lot of them, I remember parts, and then I'm seeing some of it for the first time. I feel like,
oh man, this is gonna be great then.
Yeah.
Because let's see, there's 26 episodes total for this whole series. And we're already on episode 9. So we have, is that 15? No, sorry, 17. 17. I can count. I can do math. Yeah, so we have 17 more to get through.
Yeah, it's going to be
Wow. Wow. That's exciting, though. That's
good. Journey.
It is. And hopefully the next episode will be better. Because, man, this was a shit
this
show.
one was a drag.
I'm gonna spend the next, how much time we got?
We're done.
Oh, we're not even close, man. We got, like, we could spend another 10 minutes just shitting on this episode. Like,
we could.
Freestyling shitting. Do you want to?
We could. Oh, we could clip in some of our behind our paywall content.
Oh,
Put in a couple snippets here.
A little
to let people know
that
we'll show you guys.
We literally do have extra content that we've been saving up
for our Patreon.
Yeah,
we can give you a little bit of content.
Yeah, a little tease, if you will. I love teasing.
A little bit. That would be fun, huh?
Yeah.
Just a little snippet.
Yeah, that's fine. A little.
So, forewarned, it's not usually talking about anime. This is just us.
Like, shooting the shit beforehand to kind of warm up. It's a warm up.
Getting into things, catching up.
Some shenanigans.
It's been a long time since I saw you 7 days ago.
I know.
We got things to talk about.
Always. There's always something that's happening. My world's always on fire. So, I like to bring you a little burnt offering, if you will.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Okay.
Well, then let's hope for a better episode next week.
Yes, we need it. That was a real bummer to come off of. Hi, everyone. It's Hannah. I thought I'd stop and do a quick message while I'm editing this episode. This is one of our shortest episodes because it was a pretty bad episode of the anime and it still has a bad taste in my mouth, but that's fine. And so to compensate for the shortness of the actual episode, I'm adding 18 minutes of behind the scenes recording. It's kind of our warm-up thing that we do to get used to the microphones in our face while we're talking, and usually we're just messing around, talking about random stuff that's outside of anime. So enjoy this clip. We're talking about Tamagotchis and, well, mainly Tamagotchis. Anyways, enjoy, and I'll be talking to you next week.
Double negative.
I know, that's a little too much on my brain, Stephanie.
Always ready.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for clarifying.
Always not ready.
Excuse me?
Never always not ready.
Please, my brain can only handle so much.
I don't even know what these words mean anymore, to be honest.
It's been a week, man. You're throwing out really confusing English language shit at me. Mm-hmm.
We got gifted that weird-ass thing, and it had some weird-ass name, too. It's called, like, a bumpy or something.
Bumpy? What do you do with a bumpy?
It was just the name of this device. Like, first of all, Joel had to, like, blow it up with, like, a tire thing.
That's pretty serious.
A bike tire pump.
Uh-huh.
And then Logan was terrified of it. He just screamed and screamed at it. Like, that was the one picture when I just picked him up and put him on top of it.
And he's like, oh, okay.
Before he had the meltdown. Like, I like to take the picture to send it to the family to be like, thanks. Love this terrifying new toy in my house.
Immediately donated it.
I don't remember what it was called. It was just something weird.
I mean, it's just like a donkey thing.
I sold it on Marketplace for like $5 because I wanted it out of the house.
Yeah. I mean, if your kid's not gonna fucking play with it.
They probably would now.
Sure, because they know better, but as a kid, it's kind of like really
horrifying.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like going to Chuck E. Cheese and seeing Chucky, and you're like,
yeah,
whoa.
Nope, not today.
Yeah, heard.
No, like when I was a kid, there were just certain things I did not like. One of them was talking dolls.
I still don't like talking dolls.
Same. And, or any doll that you could move. because I think
Like
it was
a Barbie?
no, Barbies are fine because I could move it myself, control it. But it was like, some of those animatronic type. There was a big no for me. I think it was, and I honestly, it's kind of weird, but I remember this. It was a birthday or a Christmas, because I got it as a gift. And it was this, and it's terrified me. And I was probably 2 or 3, so it's kind of wild. I remember this. But I remember getting this gift of a animatronic pig, and it's from the 90s, right? So it was honestly, looking back at it and kind of recalling what it was still really cute. It was like a furry little cute little piglet thing, and it had
like a Furby.
No, that's when I was 8.
Oh.
No, this was 92, roughly, and it had, and it wasn't like fully, remote control, because that's these days where things can be wireless and controlled. But so it was this little, cute little furry piglet thing. And it had like a collar and the leash. And the leash had, the wire that ran to it with a control at the end. And the controller the controller was shaped like a corn cob. And it just, you could fucking, make it walk, basically. And you can walk with it,
corn cob remote.
Yeah, with my
So
corn.
valid.
And I was terrified of it. My parents, I was terrified of anything that moved that should not move. So my parents were thinking, oh, this is going to be cute. And at first I liked it, I was like, ha, cute. And my parents were like, watch this. And
you're like, no,
not today, Satan. Started screaming and crying and trying to climb up. Like my mom.
Normal.
I was like, yeah, this is not it, fam. And they were like, no, it's cute, Hannah. They try to make it walk to me. I'm like, no.
So what happened?
Yeah, and then
did you keep it? Did they return it?
They had to return it. I was like fucking scarred forever for freaking walking pig. I'd love that now.
Sure.
But
well, because you have some logical reasoning
yes,
now, right?
Absolutely. Now.
Well, I know that it's not totally it, but it reminds me of when I was in the 90s and I would go to the mall and then they would have those kiosks.
Yes.
That would have those pets in a little tiny gated area and they were doing flips and shit.
Yes.
And they're just arf, arf. And then they would flip over on their own, on a battery.
Magic.
That's kind of what this reminds me of.
Yeah.
Where, it's very clearly animatronic.
But also
and still terrifying.
From Satan.
But I remember, the advertisements were always, just real, for real pets.
Oh, yeah.
And, they really tried to market it as that.
They really did try.
Not here for it.
Yeah. I mean, when I got older, I was all about the animatronic pets. Those, back in the late 90s, they had those futuristic robot dogs and cats and stuff. I wanted one of those really bad. Never got it.
I still want one of those. I'm
Fair.
still here for the good old Tamagotchi. I'm gonna be honest. If I could have one of those taken in with me to work, I would do it. I would take better care of that Tamagotchi than my own children.
Fair.
They're gonna be fine.
Fair.
My Tamagotchi is gonna piss and shit all the time.
I got a quote unquote new one, but it was about 10 years ago.
Ooh.
Because they sold newer ones that...
Yeah, they did a remake, the next gen one. But they were very similar still.
Very... Well, they were kind of bigger. They were this big. So the screen was, you know, a little bit bigger.
Which is good because before it was like the size of a dime.
Yeah, they were accommodating our old millennial eyes.
Because we're the only ones who are still buying toys for nostalgia.
Absolutely.
Like, we're the entire Pokemon fan base right now is like, it's being held up on like
Us. It is
30-year-olds.
us. Absolutely.
On nostalgia.
I'm still playing Pokemon Go every day. So.
Okay, yeah, so you got one.
Yeah, so I got one of those because one of my friends at the time that I was still in contact with, she had bought 3 of us. One for her, one for me, and one for another mutual friend that we'd all
great
hang out.
gift.
It was so cute, so random, and I was like, awesome. And we're like, yeah, you know, this is cool. And they picked out theirs. I got the last one, and it had like the green, really bland, blobby one with the duck bill that just kind of jets out. Like a very derpy looking Tamagotchi. I'm like, you know what, this is fine because it had like a pattern around the around the screen. Mm-hmm. Like you could change out those, and I think I still have it. I could show you if I remember to bring it. But it has like you could change out the little pattern thing that went around the screen. And what it came with automatically was just like fucking just a thing of donuts, just a pattern of donuts, you know, like different frosting ones. I was like,
you
it's
still
so
have
cute.
it somewhere?
Yeah, I do.
I wonder if it still works.
It might. It might need new batteries.
Put some batteries into it.
Yeah, and see how it goes. So
we should take care of the Tamagotchi one night while we record.
Okay, and be like, oh, dang it, shit all over again. Because it would do that.
No, it was always pooping.
It was always pooping.
Or hungry, or needed to be cleaned.
Yeah, and so I got this fucking Tamagotchi, the really derpy one. And like this really bland, blobby, derpy one that just goes, eh. You know?
Oh my god.
And I was like, okay,
I love it already.
Not necessarily my favorite, but you know, we'll see how it goes. You know, taking care of it, get attached to it, and then it like
before it flies away on a spaceship.
Yeah, and so
you neglected it.
Yeah, and you have to like make them mate with another one. Yeah.
Okay, that was not in the original.
It basically goes on a date. No,
that was not in the original.
No. In this one, in this version, at some point when they grow a little older, you can make them have a mate. And then they mate, and then they have an egg, and you start all over again.
What?
Yes.
Like
yes.
It was like Inception right
yes.
now.
Yes. So
I've
it was
literally
wild.
Never heard this. I want one so bad.
Great.
I want one
and
so bad.
So I'm taking care of this thing,
and
the 3 of us are keeping each other updated. Like, oh, this is my Tamagotchi now, okay, and this is what it did today, because we were just about that, and so my friends, they got to a point where their Tamagotchi grew up and they changed the looks, and all of theirs turned out butt fucking ugly. Mine turned out to be the cutest fucking thing on the planet.
It was just the ugly duckling.
Yes, so
wasn't its fault.
It was
they have a Hello Kitty one.
Cute. Oh, do they? You would go for that, right? You would go for that so fast.
It's only $20. How fast will I throw this thing in the garbage?
Not fast. I mean, no, never.
It's so cute. Oh my gosh, they even have little silicone cover cases for your Tamagotchi.
Oh my gosh, that is so great.
Oh, and then the alternative that was not quite ever as good, Gigapets.
Oh, no,
Nobody
you knew you were
one.
Poor when you had Gigapets and not Tamagotchi.
Nobody wants one of those. Oh my god, you can get it its own little silicone case. And
it's real freaking cute.
Can you imagine? I'm like in the middle of like a board meeting with like the governor's assistant, and I'm over here like, excuse me, ma'am, can you please wait while I clean up my Tamagotchi's piss and shit?
Yeah, it needs a bath, and it's hungry.
You don't even understand. It's gonna fly away if I don't take care of it.
Once I put it to bed, we're good to go.
For at least 20 minutes.
Okay, so this is the motherfucker that I got, right? That started
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes.
And it would just stare at you like that.
Well, it's because it would either be on its side or directly facing you. Like, it didn't have other directions.
Yes.
Like,
and so I just get this wah, this wah.
Yeah, uh-huh.
And I wonder if I can see if they have a picture of what it turned into, because it was just absolutely one of the cutest things.
We need this at anime
we need
nights.
this immediately.
We need it at anime nights.
Oh, I think
Demon Slayer Tamagotchi.
ooh, hell yeah. Demon Slayer.
Oh, they have a Star Wars one and a Toy Story one.
Oh, if they had a Sailor Moon one,
Options. Yeah, if they had a Sailor Moon one,
it'd be over.
forget doing the dog thing, the animal pet thing with my $4,000. I will spend it on a $4,000 Sailor Moon Tamagotchi.
You are damn right.
Because priorities.
Because this is my happiness.
Exactly. That is kind of how I feel.
It really do be like that.
Wow, Jurassic Park. Oh my god, Logan would lose his mind. I should get him that for his birthday.
He'd love it.
In June. Get him his own little Tamagotchi to take care of.
He'd love
because
it.
he's going to be 6. That's like
oh my
prime
god,
Tamagotchi age,
it really
right?
is. When they're just
Where you,
understanding
like,
some
take
mechanics.
it really seriously, though. Like,
that
it's
is
your
their baby. Yeah. That's not a good picture. Where is it? Where is a really good picture where it was just so cute? But it was the one, she has cute little fucking flowers on each side of her head. And I loved her. She was my baby.
Yeah, bring her. Let's
I'm gonna do it. Well, I mean, she's gone now.
Let's get her growing
because she did age up enough where I had to basically breed her with another
God, poor
one
thing.
to create a
What if
baby.
she didn't want to do that? Her
She
body, her
did. She
choice.
did. She was lonely.
Oh, she wanted it.
She wanted it, and then she was
Senpai,
like,
she was asking for it.
Senpai noticed her. They had a baby. It was good.
Any Tamagotchi can be Sailor Moon when you slap this rubber case on
That's
it.
so cute.
You slap the case on it.
Slap
and now
it,
it's
just
automatic
boop,
Sailor
boop,
Moon
baby.
card captor status. Right?
Absolutely.
Oh my god, I really want one of these now.
I'm
like, this
who
is gonna be
started
this is
this?
a waste of $20, but I really want one right now. God, I used to have this really cute one. It was white. I don't even remember what it looked like. I just remember it was white. And oh my gosh, I used to play with it all the time because I didn't have real friends.
Fair, I mean, neither did I. It's fine.
I didn't have any friends. So all I ever played with my Tamagotchi. I remember like one year in high school, I thought it would be a good idea for biology to take home that mechanical baby. The baby that you can only calm down by putting a key in its back and holding the key.
Which is not
cranked.
real life, by the way. Spoiler
And that
alert.
thing just went off all hours of the day.
Yeah.
I remember I used to like slip the keychain that you're supposed to keep on your wrist off my wrist and giving it to my mom and being like, I need to sleep. And my mom would sit up with it and just...
Oh, she's too nice
I
of a mom.
know, because I was dying.
Okay, so I found her.
Let's see it.
She is called Violetchi.
Oh
She's
my
so
god.
cute, right? And I was just like, I love you forever. Please stay. Please stay. And she couldn't.
Were all the
because-
babies the same weird ass looking baby?
Or
did they change?
They changed. And I guess maybe they did it kind of, it was a little random, I think, with what you ended up with. I don't know. Maybe it was all planned out. I was just shooting the shit with everything because I'm like, I don't know. I'm trying to breed because you're so cute. I'm trying to breed you with another cute Tamagotchi, and with the dating thing, or the finding a mate thing, you had multiple selections, right? And if I recall, you could go through, and if you didn't like the first one, okay, move on to the next one. Okay, you didn't like that one, you can move on to the next one, but you can never go back. So it was, you were really risking it all. So you could technically end up with, like the last one, and then that was it. That's who you had to choose.
That's the one that you have to pick.
You couldn't go back. You couldn't, just shuffle through. So you really had to be careful with how you went about it. But yeah. So that, I think I'll have to
That is
go
like literally
find
the
that.
cutest one I've ever seen.
I know, it's so adorable.
I don't remember them looking like that when I had them.
Well,
like, the most I remember was, like, it, like, looks like this.
Yes, very, very plain.
Except for when it hops in that spaceship and flies away. Like, that's all I remember.
They still kind of do
pretty
that.
much, like, I would forget about my Tamagotchi for, like, 4 days, and then I'd come back and be like, shit! And check on it, and of course it was just like, pew, pew,
You neglected me so...
like, and it was just flying away
And you're like,
perpetually.
no!
Yeah. Every time, Hannah. Why does everything I love leave
We have much
me?
more dedicated time to raising a Tamagotchi now.
I know that I neglected it for days on end, but it still shouldn't have left me.
Yeah, that's very fucking rude of it.
I leave my Pokemon all the time in the Pokebox that I'm paying for, that I never actually go back and use.
Stuck there.
But they're still going to love me if I take them out later.
Absolutely.
But it's like, when would I do that? When am I going to take out my level 92 Espeon and be like, let me just play with you? Like, I'm never going to.
Never.
But I still feel that sentimental attachment that I'm like, I'm just going to move you over here into the Pokebank
Forever.
that I'm paying for to never touch again.
Because I forget it exists.
Peace of mind knowing you're here.
Just in case.
What is wrong
You
with me?
never know.
Like the stupid shit that...
It's our mentality. We have to catch them all.
I'm really upset about that with the new game, is that you can't literally catch them all.
I know. Like,
in
right...
this game. What were they thinking?
I know. I mean, one day I think we'll work up to having literally all of them in one place. It's just not right now, unfortunately.
Switch doesn't have enough power for that.
It could if it tried.
It doesn't try. They came out with the new Switch. They didn't upgrade anything substantial
No,
on there besides being like, but then the screen is
It's darker
minimally larger.
black.
But I'm like, you could have given it more space.
You could have.
You could have given it more processing power. You chose none of that. You're just like, but look, the screen size is minimally larger.
Listen, that is way too much logic, Stephanie, and you need to get out of here with that shit.
Stupid.
Stupid.
Stupid. Just like us.